How do? This is Chaingrave Games, and you're back again for another issue of Warhammer 40,000 Combat Patrol. We're on issue 4, the first of our paint issues. We do get starter brush. Starter brushes are rubbish, but they will suffice. And we get free paint. One more paint than what you'll get in the future paint issues, because the paint issues really are not worth it. For buying alone anyway, with the subscription, of course they're worth it, because you'll be getting the models for a discounted price as well. So it all averages out. For now, let's get into this magazine, because apart from the paint, the only good thing with this magazine might be some of the lore and some of the bits and pieces we can read from it. Let's remove the head, pour out the contents, and here we go. Here we go. Oh, there's the give me a sec. There's the I'll try and do this on camera if I can. Yeah, like a glad. There's a starter brush. It's not very good. It'll do what is required of it. It'll hold paint. You can paint with it, but it's not. I mean, just look at it. Look, it doesn't look that bad now, but yeah, it's not the best. But then again, you know, you don't really need to invest in really expensive brushes. You can do if you want. Feel free. But you don't really need to. Right, what paints do we get? We get Macragge Blue. These are all base paints, by the way. And then we get Baraknar Burgundy. And then we get Wraithbone. Now, the price for these three paints. What are we looking at price-wise? Well, we're looking at $2.75 each. So for three of them, you're $8.25. So already, this magazine is more expensive than the cost of the paints in the magazine. Third party, you're looking at $2.34 a pop, all three for £7.2. So, the price of the paint issues, not really worth it. However, why are the paints named the way they are? Why do they always have these funny little names on the paints? Why isn't it just a certain colour of blue? Well, I'll tell you here. So in regards to the naming of these three paints, they do have significance in regards to the Warhammer 40,000, the Warhammer Fantasy, and the Age of Sigmar games. So for one, Macragge Blue. It's called Macragge Blue because Macragge is the homeworld of the Ultramarines chapter, the center of their Ultramar empire, pretty much. Well, Ultramar sector. Don't say empire. That'd be that's more Dornian heresy than Horus heresy, isn't it? Baraknar Burgundy. Well, Baraknar is the city of the first sunrise, the preeminent skyport for the Caradron overlords in Age of Sigmar. And lastly, we have Wraithbone. Why Wraithbone? You think, well, it's like a, a wraith is like a ghost, and it's a bone, so it's a bony wraith. Well, maybe at one point, but right now, Wraithbone is an Eldar crafting material. It's pretty much solidified warp energy that they can craft with their psychic powers. And they build pretty much everything with it, whether it be their armor, their weapons, their spaceships, their craft worlds, and even their wraith constructs, their wraith guard are built with Wraithbone. So, to the magazine, let's have a look what we get in this issue. In this issue, you'll be introduction to painting, applying paint and undercoating in Space Marine and Tyranids, reading about the Silver Templars, collecting Space Marine characters and Tyranid characters, and playing Desperate Measures data sheets in the attack sequence. So, I'll be telling you how to paint your painting setup. So, yeah, pretty much showing you everything you need from a Games Workshop perspective. That could just be a cup, that could be paper towel, which it is. You've got your starter brush. You don't really need a palette, you could just have a tile. There's always tiles knocking about, especially if your dad's, does bathrooms and stuff like that. He'll have a spare one somewhere. Your Warhammer models, comfort is key, okay? But don't try and do it in bed. otherwise you'll get it all over the sheets. As you do with most things when you're in bed. So, here we go. See, it's already trying to correct me now. I corrected it already before it could correct me. Paint palettes, it's even saying, hey, just use a dish. Nick a dish, it'd be right. Paint brushes, your starter brush, base brush, dry brush, layer brush, and your texture spreader. You'll be getting these in the magazine. And then, yeah, again, it's I've already gone through this in multiple other videos about how, you know, buy yourself an half-decent primer first before you start painting, but it says in this that you can apply the paint straight from the pot. Shake it well, break the seal, but open carefully, because if you don't, it'll really go everywhere. And how to paint your Space Marines and Tyranids. And so it's going straight away into the Macragge Blue and Wraithbone. And then you'll be reading Bonds of Honor about the Silver Templars. And about your Space Marine characters. Every chapter is led by a handful of legendary champions, from the captains of each company to vital support officers such as librarians and chaplains. This article provides additional background tables you can roll on to produce titles and heroic origins for your captain, librarian, and chaplain on bag. See, that's the other special model you get. See, this subscription, you're not just getting, you know, the base, the base characters you get with the Combat Patrol, you're getting extra models as well, and that's what model you're getting with this. Unfortunately, you don't get any Outriders, so you can't attach him to any squads, but you can kind of zoom around and, you know, hit things with his what's it called? His chaplain mace thing. I can't remember off the top of my head. I'll put it here. And Tyranid characters. So, Tyranids can never truly die. Their bodies are mere extensions of the hive mind. Some bioforms seem to reoccur again and again on the battlefields of the 41st millennium, and have even displayed unique and horrifying personality traits. Use these tables to generate extra background and titles for your Tyranids. Ooh. And Desperate Measures. So yeah, it's telling you about your data sheets you've got. And the battle. Yeah, so this is more about, you know, playing the game, really. But it looks like they've actually put a bit of effort into this. It's not just copy-pasted from the codex. So, that is this issue. So, we know what we're getting in the next one. We're getting an Infernus Marine Sergeant. And then the issue after that, we're going to be getting 5 Barbgorns, some more bugs. But, for now, that is that for this video. Please, comment down below. Like and subscribe and push the notification bell. But for now, much love. I'll see you in a bit.